So it's a chapter related with human resources. Yes. Because in the whole process of formulating the strategy, yes, and then moving into the implementation, you are going to implement the strategy with people, no? So you need to develop leadership skills, yes, in order to be able to execute the strategy in a good way. So the learning objectives for this chapter are: understand the link between strategy and staffing decisions, match the appropriate manager to the strategy, understand how to implement an effective downsizing program, discuss important issues in effectively staffing and directing international expansion, assess and manage the corporate culture fit with a new strategy, and finally, formulate effective action plans when MBO and TQM are determined to be appropriate methods of strategy implementation. Okay. There's a possibility, for example, that here we have different profiles. Yes. One profile is the integration manager. Yes, and this profile is related, or it's applied when there's one company that is going to make a merger acquisition with another one. Yes, when you are doing this process of merger acquisition, you need, for example, prepare a competitive profile of the company in terms of its strengths and weaknesses. Draft a profile of what the ideal combined company should look like. Yes. What is the purpose of doing the merger and acquisition? Yes. Develop action plans to close the gap between actual and ideal. Yes. This is a method of a strategy, no? And it is called the as-is and the to-be. Yes. As-is, what is the situation right now? Yes, and where do I want to go? Yes, where the company should be. Okay. Establish training programs to unite the combined company and make it more competitive. So, what do you guys think that you need to have when you are doing this process of a merger acquisition between two companies? What is the style of this integration manager? The person that is leading this merger and acquisition, yes, needs to have a deep knowledge of the company that they are acquiring, no? Needs to have a flexible management style, yes, because the culture here in one organization, it is different of the culture of other organization, no? So when you are trying to do the merger and the acquisition, you need to be flexible, because yes, I know how my culture is, no? But let's see the new culture, how can I handle with it? So this means to have an ability to work with cross-functional teams, willingness to work independently, and sufficient emotional and cultural intelligence to work in a diverse environment. This is why you guys are going into an exchange program. Yes, not only, for example, to learn another language, but to learn other culture. Yes, and to learn. If you guys are studying international business, you need to understand how to handle, not with another company, yes, but how to handle with the way of doing business with other cultures. Yes. So the exchange program is going to help you to develop those type of skills, yeah? In order to have cultural intelligence and to work with cross-functional teams, yes. Especially if you are going to a culture or a country with it's real different from ours, okay? So here, there's one slide that says that matching the manager to the strategy. Yes. Executive type. Executive with a particular mix of skills and experience. Yes. When you are, for example, you guys went to the conference of the lady that works for corporate strategy in Ecopetrol and the former general manager of Colgate Region Andina. Yes, and you identify like different profiles, yes, because we have like different executive types. Yes. For example, we have one profile or one type which is dynamic industry expert. Do you guys have an example of one organization which the CEO is a dynamic industry expert? The previous CEO of Ecopetrol, not the one that is working since 2 months ago here, but the one that was before, Felipe Bayón, was an industry expert. He was the first president in the history of Ecopetrol that had a major in oil engineering and has worked before for oil companies in the US. Yes, so he was an industry expert. Okay, so this is a specific type of profile. There's another one which is analytical portfolio manager. Yes, probably I would say that this is the case of the guest speaker that we have, the former general manager of Colgate. Yes, remember that he was doing like kind of portfolio manager with, not specifically with products, but with the video that I show you in Central America, that each one of the countries was like seen as a unit, and he was trying to understand the potential of each individual country. No, he said that, I think that in one conference that, for example, La 14 probably shouldn't be liquidated immediately, but probably should do a portfolio analysis in order to understand which are the stores of La 14 that are less profitable, and probably those ones to close. Yes, but not all the stores at the same time. Okay, we have cautious profit planner. A cautious profit planner probably it's one CEO or one executive with a higher background in finance. Yes. Usually in Colgate-Palmolive, the Colgate-Palmolive is a massive consumption company. Yes. And when you are in massive consumption, probably most of the CEOs, they come from sales or from marketing. Yes. So it's weird to find one cautious profit planner in one of those companies as a general manager. But there was one time in Brazil that they used to have like problems with the inflation rate. Yes, and problems with the currency rate. And at that time, the company was leading by one guy from finance. And the guy, for example, said, okay, this month we are going to have a huge devaluation process of our currency. So this month we are not going to sell any box. Yes? And like that, he was like leading one company from a like financial perspective. We can have a turnaround specialist. I would say that this can be the guy of the case that we just read. Yes, but because look that the guy was like developing an online education center, but he was like turning around and was like moving that business like into a totally different business with cryptocurrencies. Okay. And finally, we can have a professional liquidator. Yes, a professional liquidator is, for example, there are some companies that go into the Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is like in the US, like to formally let know the stakeholder that I am in a bankrupt process. Yes, but the company is not going to shut down. No, the company is still going to operate in order to keep going. However, it's going to have some benefits in order to restructure, for example, the debt. Yes, and sometimes there are experts, CEO experts that has been into those processes before, and that can handle the situation in a better way, because probably they have relations with the banks, probably they are experts trying to control costs, etc., etc. Okay. Guys, have any questions?